Have no fear, the Digipreneur is here. Karen Rose joins me on the Zoom line. And Karen, as always, sincere thanks for the time, taking the time. I know it's what? Probably sunset. What time is it right now in Thailand?
In time, it is 6 p.m. right now.
My goodness.
After 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Karen, I mean, we're going to get into our discussion, and today's topic, a very important one, YouTube monetization. Monetization. That's the word right there. For the Caribbean in 2025. That's one that always gets me tongue-tied. Yes?
Monetization.
Ways to make money on YouTube. Oh, Karen, talk to us, man. What's the first step? What's the first step?
So, I want people to understand that YouTube is such a massive platform that we are neglecting Caribbean-wide. And we neglect it because we're so focused on building on social media, going viral on social media. YouTube is a bit more of a slow burn. It could be fast if you're putting out great content, but it is a bit of a slow burn. But I want to preface the conversation by saying YouTube is still the only platform where we get direct monetization, where we get paid for views, and there's other monetization features on YouTube that we in the Caribbean have access to. So whilst everybody's building on TikTok, trying to build on Instagram or Facebook, none of the monetization features of any of those platforms are available for the Caribbean, only YouTube.
So I guess the concept now is, what kind of content to put forward? Because yes, we know we live in a world where bacchanal sells. You know, if you're controversial, if you're sexual, you get lots of clicks, lots of likes. How could one get the viewership, get the views, get the eyeballs without probably going down that road? Is there any kind of new space one can go, some avenue one could open up for themselves to get the eyeballs without having to show leg and, well, other parts, or just cuss and carry on and be full bacchanal? Because we know that will work too well. But for those who want to go a different direction, what's your advice?
So the beautiful thing about YouTube is that it works completely different in social media. Jason, when you need to do something, let's just say you're sitting in front of your computer and you have to whip up an Excel document, but you have no idea about Excel and you hate Excel. Where is the first place you are going to learn how to actually do a formula in Excel?
Well, you go to YouTube. YouTube is the place you go to solve your problems.
So when you jump on YouTube and you go to and you type in Microsoft Excel, the #1 video has millions, hundreds of millions of views for that video. When you type in anything that you are interested in, that you want information on, we go to YouTube, and that is where we learn. That is why it is coined YouTube University. So the question as to what content works well, content that is relevant, right? So if you are somebody who specializes in Microsoft Excel, you could be making $1 million if your content is being consumed and you're just showcasing and sharing your expertise on YouTube. We all go to learn on YouTube, right? So if you want to start creating content but you aren't sure, think about some of the things that you are good at, some of the things that you could talk about for an hour. Start to showcase your expertise, start to showcase things like your day-to-day. Even some of us who, you don't have any real skill sets, but maybe you live an interesting life. Maybe you're somebody that collects cards. I was watching a story the other day where a girl right in Trinidad was collecting Pokemon cards. And I had so many questions about Pokemon cards. And I was like, hey, do people still battle them? And she's like, yeah, we go out in Chaguanas every single Wednesday and there's battles. There's about 2 hours worth of battles of Pokemon cards. And the first thing I said was, wow, I actually wish I could see that. That would be great content on YouTube. And again, so even if you don't have a necessary skill like sharing Microsoft Excel tips and tricks on YouTube, think about the things you're interested in, and that's what you create content around.
Is it sustainable? Could someone live? I mean, let's say, your content is on point, you're relevant, you're really tapping into the market. People are clicking views from all over the world, millions, a matter of fact. How does that now translate into the real dollars and cents for you to pay utilities, live a comfortable lifestyle, buy a car, for crying out loud? Could one really live off of YouTube views?
So you're not just going to want to build YouTube views alone, right? The one thing I recommend everybody to learn is the business of content. There are multiple streams of income. And I mean, we've talked about it over the last almost 3 years that we've been on this program. We keep on talking about digital revenue streams. So you don't just want to rely on YouTube. So I have a YouTube channel. The YouTube content is able to get me views and bring in people who are actively searching for things related to digital marketing, e-commerce, SEO, all the things within my space. When I put that content on YouTube, it gets found. People are able to either purchase products, come into my workshops. So there's things outside of YouTube that I'm able to now sell via services or a product that people have learned about me on YouTube, and that's brought in business. The other thing is, I am also, as of October, I am now monetized. And as of yesterday, I just got my first paycheck from YouTube, which worked out to be $113 that got direct deposited into my bank account in First Citizens Bank. So you can make money, right? And that's just my first paycheck. As it continues to grow and more views come in, and your old videos, unlike social media, your old videos still drive views and they still drive revenue. So the more video you're putting out that's relevant over time, your YouTube content is still able to generate revenue over time.
If someone is using your content, someone taped you doing something extraordinary and they put it on their page, you have any grounds? Could you now ask them, well, hey, listen, could I get a little cut in that? I mean, that's my image, that's my likeness. What happens in that regard, that particular space where you're using content where someone else is the star of the show, but it's on your YouTube page?
That's a good question. This is one of those ones where I would defer to an IP lawyer, because there is some protections that you're going to get on YouTube or any social media platform where if you are using people's content that's unauthorized, we have seen it over the past couple of weeks. Certain artists use certain rhythms and, get permission and content was pulled down. So content can be pulled down if you are utilizing other people's things, but then also, you definitely want to, if you are a content creator, I would always recommend, consulting with have an IP lawyer on speed dial, because if there is something that has to happen outside of what YouTube offers, chances are you're going to end up going through them anyway.
But one must register with YouTube first. You have to obviously sign up and make sure you have your page.
Yeah, so let me get into what you need in terms of to monetize. So one of the reasons why we're talking about this is because there's still a big misconception that we cannot monetize YouTube in the Caribbean, and it's because people go to YouTube's website and they search for the YouTube partner link and they read the article and they don't see any of the Caribbean countries listed under the YouTube partner program. However, that is just because YouTube has not updated the information on that page. When you go over to Google AdSense, and AdSense is the program that once you qualify for YouTube monetization, which is 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 watch hours within 365 days, once you hit that qualification, you are going to get an email from the YouTube partnership program. So even though we're not listed on the YouTube partner website because it's out of date, they will email you and say, hey, congratulations, you've met the threshold. We now invite you to the program. You're going to click on enroll. They will review your platform to ensure that you don't have any strikes, you don't have any plagiarism, your content is original. Once they approve you, they then tell you to go and create a Google AdSense account. And when you go on Google AdSense website, you can actually see every single Caribbean country listed on Google AdSense. So you're going to be using your home address in Trinidad and Tobago or Jamaica, wherever you're watching from. You're using your home address from the Caribbean inside of Google AdSense, and you're able to now add your local bank account. So if you do have a USD bank account, with any of the local institutions, YouTube pays out in USD. So you could have that money deposited into your local USD account and collect the USD. I can't promise you're getting USD in Trinidad, but it'll at least be in your account, and then you could figure out what you want to do with that money after the fact, right? Otherwise, if you don't have a USD account, the money will just get converted into the currency denomination of your account, which in Trinidad would obviously be TT dollars.
Wow, Karen, always spot on. I'll let you have the final say. We're looking to wrap things up a couple seconds before we go. Go right ahead.
Yes, so Start focusing on YouTube, start getting into long form content. When I look at my details, one of the things that YouTube allows you to show up in that social media does not is a lot of your people that are watching your content are watching from smart TVs. If you want to start showing up on people's tablets, their smart TVs, their computers with long form content, the way forward is YouTube. Focus on that and start to now generate that additional revenue stream, because Lord knows we all need some more money coming in. Focus on YouTube.
Well said. Thank you so much for the advice, for the great, the instructions, breaking it down for us, and it's always a great learning curve with you, Karen Rose. Have a great one. God spare. We touch base again next week, Tuesday.
Thank you. Take care, JW. Next week.
That's right. Monetize. Making money on YouTube. Yes, come on, folks. That word has tied me up. There's certain words. That one word there. Ooh, my goodness. Hey, Karen, sincere thanks. Let's, of course, take that pause. We come back around and we get into our conversation on cancer. See you soon.